Hi friends, welcome back. Corporal Nwafor said, I would have questioned God for creating me in Nigeria. He's popularly known as Corporal Nwafor. He is a Biafran war veteran. He earned the name Corporal Nwafor because of his exploit during the Biafran war. He specifically earned the name after he gallantly led Biafra soldiers to seize an armored car, APC from Nigerian troops, Ugu Nwasike Ogidi. That APC was maximally used to attack Nigerian troops. The Ohafia Abia-born war veteran has written his war memo, a book he entitled Corporal Nwafor. According to him, what Corporal Nwafor did for Biafra was exactly what David did for the people of Israel. He said if not for Corporal Nwafor, Biafra would have been capitulated in 1968 and humiliated. Igumba himself will be quick to tell you that Corporal Nwafor has tripartite personality. One is the Corporal Nwafor who himself manned the bazooka gun, 73mm anti-gun that was used to blow the Saladin from Onitsha and at Ugu Nwasike Ogidi. Recover the armored car. The Saladin is presently at the War Museum, Umaya. The second is the armored car itself, and third is those that operated it, particularly the Ikom Cross River State-born Pampas, who died 3 years ago. In his interview with Sasa Ugumba Kalumwoka, he spoke passionately about Ojukwu, Biafra War, and Nigeria, and I'm going to quickly go through that. It was asked, you were active in Biafra War, the record is clear, everybody was talking about you. What was the theme about you during the war? In his response, he said, it's something you cannot discuss in a day. What I'm saying is that God used Corporal Nwafor, as I was called during Biafra War, to deliver Ndigbo. As he used Moses and David, of course, in Biafra, God used Ojukwu, Colonel Achuze, Timothy Onwanchu, Colonel Emeka Ananaba, former Abia State Deputy Governor who served with T.A. Oji in second term, Philip Effiong, Major Achibong, and Corporal Nwafor, basically to make sure that we are not humiliated during the war. It was a war we had to win. We had to win that war, but we lost it. We lost the paradise. And when I met with Ojukwu, I told him that we lost the paradise. The attention was on Corporal Nwafor in the lost paradise. But Ojukwu told me that we lost the war, but not the paradise. An Igbo man will understand what this means. I tried to explain why I chose the title of my book, and he told me to try another title like Corporal Nwafor battled for Biafra. Everywhere then was Corporal Nwafor. There is nowhere in Nigerian army that a corporal is made relevant. It was only in Biafra that a corporal fought like a field marshal. We were engaged in a serious and terrible gun battle during the war. God used these names you mentioned to save Biafra from humiliation. Have Ndigbo appreciated them, more especially those that are still alive? That's the question he was asked. He said basically the Igbo people could disappoint in this regard. They are a disappointment. The only thing is the recognition. What they know is this is Corporal Nwafor. They are not ready to give you anything like land or house. The worst thing is that because of rent, they chased me out from Water's quarter. They chased me out due to inability to parent. Nobody remembered me or tried to help. After the war, I had to go on my own to look for a way to survive. Years after, I went to look for Pampas, the driver of Corporal Nwafor. I had to travel to Ikom. In the process, I was intercepted by bloodsuckers. And I told them that I am from Ohafia and that Ohafia people are killers too. I asked them to please let me go. I got there and eventually found Pampas. While searching for him, his people said that I was not an Igbo man, that Igbo man does not remember anybody. They said if you are an Igbo man, you could not have taken the risk to come looking for him. I wanted to know his whereabouts. If Ojukwu was not from a wealthy family, they would have rubbished him. I used to hear people make allusion to Ojukwu as a womanizer, and I kept quiet because I am a nobleman. The truth is that Ojukwu was a great man and women ran after him. My wife used to tell me that I worship Ojukwu, and I countered it. I told her that I didn't worship Ojukwu, but he earned my respect. And anybody that earns my respect, I give it to him. If you don't earn my respect, even if you're a billionaire, you will not see me around or get close to you. Those people that think they are rich and keep doing what will not benefit Ndigbo are thieves. They are making mess of Ndigbo and black race. As I'm talking to you now, there is no light, electricity here. He was asked, is it right for someone to say Ndigbo or Corporal Nwafor and others? He said, it is an understatement. What Corporal Nwafor did for Biafra was exactly what David did for the people of Israel. We were recruited to Biafra war without training. and we went and defended Biafra. If not for Corporal Nwafor, Biafra would have been capitulated in 1968 and humiliated. That is what he said. Some years back, one Calabar woman known as Nwa in Calabar called me and said, "Why didn't you call me to tell me that Rocha has bought you a car?" She said it was on television news at Owerri. She said that on the news, he promised to buy you a car, build you a house, and rename Hero Square after your name, to be known as Corporal Nwafor Square. I waited for 1 year, 2, 3 years, but nothing happened. That is the same way Igbos treated us. By the way, I was able to reach Pampas, who died 3 years ago, wretched. When I came back, I could not see him. I went to Ikoma, met 3 medical doctors, and Jimmy Idoma Egba of Cross River State Broadcasting Corporation. Ikom asked them about Pampas, but none of them knew his whereabouts. So Jimmy kept making announcements on the radio from time to time, looking forward for people that could bring information on Pampas. So after 1 year, during Christmas period, Jimmy called me and I was happy. It was Jimmy Happy Christmas. He told me that this is more than Christmas. I have a surprise for you. He told me they found Pampas. I didn't believe him. I told him to stop pulling my legs. He said, "I am with him at the studio now," and I asked him to give Pampas phone. Let me talk to him if he was not deceiving me. Immediately gave him phone and I called Pampas. He replied me with Ugwamba. I was dumbfounded, excited. He said, "What a great name. I love that name very much. The pride of a nation. So I stand as the pride of Igbo land. Take it or leave it. Do your own." Everybody is interested in making money, building houses, buying cars, and having women. At the end of everything, we are still slaves to this useless and rich country. If God were not God, I would have questioned him to know why he brought me into this country. He was asked, some people are saying that Ojukwu made a mistake during the war. Do you agree with that? He said, well, Ojukwu had advisors like Akanu Ibiam, Dr. M.I. Okpara, Mbadiwe K.O. Ojukwu was listening to them. Some of them misled him. Some of them, when Indigo contributed money and sent them to England or London to buy food or guns, they diverted the money and used it to buy houses. This is true. Ojukwu used his money and staked his life to prosecute the war. Personally, Ojukwu fought at Oguta. In law, there are two kinds of mistake: fraudulent mistake and innocent mistake. Ojukwu never made any fraudulent mistake. I saw Ojukwu fell in love with his ideology. When he said yes, it remains yes. Ojukwu is a human being. He could have made 1 or 2 mistakes. It allowed. He also said to have played a good role by saving the Hausas in the east, not considering what their people were doing to Igbos up the north. Nigerians can never give anybody credit, particularly Igbo man. I remember what happened in Enugu in the early 60s at the wake of the pogrom in the north. Igbos wanted Ojukwu to give them order to finish the Hausas in the east. They wanted a reprisal attack. Ojukwu said, no, we are Igbos, we don't shed blood. He assembled Hausa soldiers at Call camp and addressed them in Hausa language and asked them to gather everything they had up to sweeping broom. He told them that he couldn't guarantee their safety anymore because Igbo people were on him to massacre them. They wanted to remain in Enugu and he advised them to gather whatever they have and leave on a specific day. He ensured their safety. He paid them 2-month advance salary and kept them to go. Ojukwu brought long vehicles that accommodated all of them, escorted them to Makurdi, Benue State. And I will throw this in. When Ojukwu died, it's got out, a story got out that he has a child in the north for an Hausa woman that he actually gave the shop. He has a big mall, maybe let's say a big shop anyway, that was actually given to the girl, to the lady. So let me go on. Instead of them to go home and take care of their families and let their people know about the Ojukwu guest show, they joined their people to massacre Igbos. I don't know what else to say about Ojukwu. He earned my respect. I've never seen a man buried the way he was buried in Nigeria, and I don't think anybody will be buried like him till the end of the world. He was a free man. Never did I see Ojukwu walk along the street with security men because he hold no body. The insecurity in Nigeria is alarming. With your experience in Biafra, how would you handle the situation if you're in position of leadership? He was asked. He said, insecurity. We have been talking for more than 20 minutes. No electricity. I grew up in Enugu, never experienced power failure. And a nation without power is powerless. Nigeria is not living effective life both on economy and power. They are powerless. You can see them carrying gun and shooting innocent people. How can you be talking about security when you can see soldiers molesting civilians? I keep telling them that an idiot can carry gun, but not every man can write his name. Intellectuals should help in building this nation so that there will be no security at the local level before going to state or national. You could see a local government area chairman. All of them are in tinted glass cars. They are afraid because they have stepped on toes. They don't pay salaries. They kill people for power and cheat them. How can you have security in a situation like this? Security may not be ensured where there is so much injustice. I have no interest in Boko Haram. He said, Boko Haram is rubbish. I told Colonel Muhammad, friend, that Boko Haram could not take root in Biafra. I will just organize 5 crazy boys and train them within 3 to 5 hours. They will wipe them out. That's what he said. I am not a politician, but a soldier with difference. So he went further to say more about some other activities that he got involved in, how he met Ghanaian girlfriend Nana in 1990s. All of a sudden, I was in a house when 8 Ghanaians came and started speaking their language. Every Ghanaian spoke Twi, so I was there alone. When I got up, one of them said bad about Nigeria. When it was translated to mean that God is not in Nigeria, I had to sit down because I've never heard that before. I asked God, God is not in Nigeria. I shook hands with all of them and told them they were very right. So, you know, it's a huge one. So he went on with Ghana brought a captain, Jerry Rollins, into the helm of power, and he made everything to start working in Ghana. The Paris Club Fund sent 4 experts to Ghana to help provide fund assistance to them. He asked for $50 million and they promised to give him 300 million, which they later approved. So the Ghanaian president told them not to send the cash because Ghana had a list of projects to invest the money on, and money was invested directly to the project. After 2 weeks, the money was invested in the project and they all moved to the farm, including Rollins. And in 1 year, the first bomb power harvest in 20 years. So if I were God, I would have wiped some people away. With what government could do was to open poultry farm. So he said, my advice to Nigeria is to let them move back, return to God. That is what he said. And this man said a lot of things anyway. And from what I can see here, it seems that he is also not happy that he fought for the war and no one could even, try to assist in any way. Not even any of those politicians that are actually enjoying Nigeria now as a result of some people that have tried to break free of the system. So guys, do you have more stories about this? Your father, your grandfather was part of the Civil War and you want to share the stories, whatever they've told you. The ones that you know that are actually suffering and no one is out there to help them. Even Igbos are not helping them. This is so sad, and we're all crying and shouting that one Nigeria to split. Whereas the people that fought for that same Biafra, no one is even coming up to say Ndewo or saying hi, give them something or stuff like that. So that's what it is. Let us meet at the comment section. What's your take? Share your experience. And may I remind you to tap on that subscription button if you have not done so, and also the red notification icon bell. Please do tap on it so you will be notified whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.